But, you know, all jokes aside, the Lhakar Award is in fact a really prestigious award. It's something, you know, not everybody gets the Lhakar Award. You have to be someone really, really special. And we started doing these Lhakar Awards a few years ago because we wanted to recognize people who are making a difference in the Tibetan freedom movement. And, you know, most of you guys know about the Lhakar movement inside Tibet. It's a, you know, homegrown, non-cooperation, resistance movement inside Tibet that started in 2008, and now it has just infected every part of Tibet to such an extent that China is just, I'm trying to like filter my language, you know, really, really scared because this is something that they cannot control, right? The Lhakar movement inside Tibet. And this Lhakar Award is to recognize people who are creating change inside Tibet through their resistance. You know, the protest, the rallies, as well as preserving Tibetan culture and really moving the Tibetan freedom movement ahead. And so that's what the Lhakar Award is really about. And we feel that because it's such a prestigious award, we have asked the presence of our special guest of honor for Longshan Night 2015. Many of you, you know, may have seen him. He's been he did the hunger strike in New York at the UN. He was one of the organizers, Tema, for the March to Tibet, right? And I know, and his name is Shinza Rinpoche, and I know many of you know him. For myself, as a young Tibetan grown up in America, I met Rinpoche for the first time when he was hospitalized after the hunger strike, and I got to meet him. And for me, it was such an amazing experience, an inspirational experience, because here's someone, you know, who is a High Lama, but someone who's also an activist, right? And that powerful combination is something that really stuck with me, even to this day. And I think for us, for SFT, and for all of us, it's such an honor, Rinpoche, that you came here all the way from DC for this moment, and I'd like you to please come up on stage. So we have 5 Lhakar Awards, and I would request Rinpoche to please be the presenter of the award. And I'm going to hand this to Rinpoche. And the first Lhakar Award winner is, many of you would know him from the Massachusetts area, but Thundu Tsiringla, you guys know him? Anybody? As many of you guys call him, Ge Thundula is a activist, is an advocate. He's been doing some amazing work based out of Amherst. Did you guys see the statement by Congressman McGovern on Tenzin Rinpoche? 2 really strong statements. And I don't think anybody else matched the realness, the outrage that I felt was deserving of Tenzin Rinpoche's death, like I felt when those 2 statements came out. And that's because there's someone like Thundubla constantly calling him, constantly talking to him, meeting him. The congressman actually comes to meet him in his restaurant. That's the kind of pull that he has, and he's been doing these for decades. So this Lhakar Award for Advocacy 2015 goes to Thundula. And Thundula unfortunately could not make it here. And I think he was going to send a relative who's, I believe, stuck in traffic. Unless she is here, if you could raise your hand. Otherwise, I would ask someone from Massachusetts, from the Amherst area. I don't know if Namka is here. If he could please receive the award on his behalf. Namka or Nobudumala? Namka is here. Namka is our SFT Amherst member. So he obviously works very closely with Thundula. So on behalf of Thundula. Yeah. Thank you. Please forward that to Thundula. So that's Ge Thundula at the City Hall in Northampton. So
Yeah, so the next Lhakar Award is for a Tibetan from inside Tibet. And you know, in the last couple of years we've been talking a lot about Lhakar. All of us have been going to events, maybe at home or with friends. Maybe some of us have been organizing some events, but what is the meaning of Lhakar, right? Lhakar means, you know, being Tibetan, showing who you are as a Tibetan and standing up for Tibetan freedom in the face of Chinese oppression. So the next Lhakar Award is going to a singer from Tibet, and his name is Lolo. And he made a very powerful song called Raise the Tibetan Flag. And he released this record in 2012, and in 2013 he was charged by the Chinese government for 6 years in prison. And as of this year, we learned that he is in very bad health in prison. So Lolo is really a Tibetan hero, and therefore he is receiving the Lhakar Award for Resistance in Tibet this year in 2015. And let's just take a minute to watch the song Raise the Tibetan Flag. may I ask our friend Lostjempe to accept the award for Lolo today on stage. Lostjempe is obviously a dear friend of Students for Free Tibet, and actually the first time I met you, it was at camp at Menla, and you blew all of us away with a very nice song from your hometown. So please accept this award for Lolo for his courageous expression of Tibetan freedom and his fearlessness in the face of Chinese persecution.
So the next Lhakar Award for art and activism goes to someone who has been impressing all of us, especially this weekend with his art and his activism, and his commitment to the freedom movement for Tibet. Ngawang Jordan, all the way from Boston. Ngawang Jordan, if you could please come on stage. Jordan just did his first solo exhibition at Tibet House, and it's still available to go watch. And if you'd like to purchase his artwork, they're all there for at least a few more weeks. Jordan has done more in one lifetime than any one of us could have done. He's been a shepherd, he's been a stupa builder, he's been an artist. What else? He's a carpenter, he's done everything. And he also does some amazing artwork. And I think if you ever see anything in the Boston Tibet Vigil in terms of banners and signs, if you see any protests in the Boston area, it's all Jordan. He's not just an artist, he's a community organizer. Just want to let that.
Okay, so the next award, the next Lhakar Award is going to be the award for activism, and the award for activism is going to somebody who, it's safe to say that our SFT staff team, we have been very inspired by this person. All of us just came back from a, 35-hour flight all the way from Australia. And maybe some of you have seen what happened in Sydney a couple of days ago when Tibetans were so courageous and took down the Chinese flag at the Chinese consulate. Have you seen it? Yeah. And a lot of people that we've seen in this protest were young Tibetans and members from RTYC in Australia that we have just met 3 weeks ago. And we just came back from organizing our first ever action camp in Australia. And we trained about 35 young Tibetans who are dedicated to Tibet. And the person who made all of this happen and that we want to dedicate this award to is Yishi Palmo. And Yishi Palmo, yeah, let's have an applause for Yishi Palmo. And so Yishi Palmo organized the action camp, the logistics, put a lot of time after work into making this happen. And I know that Yishi Palmo met Tendor and Laden and Kate many years ago at the action camp in India. And this was her first encounter with SFT. And she was telling us that at that time, Tendor told her, now you have to start SFT Australia. So from all these years ago, seeing what came out of this relationship, out of this action camp from India is very impressive, and that's why we would like to welcome Pema Yoko to accept the award on behalf of Yishi Palmo, who was working very hard together with Yishi Palmo for many hours to make this happen, for this year's Lhakar Award for activism.
While we were in Australia, we made a special video that Pema Yoko made. But it just captures the work that Yishi Palmo put together in allowing such an amazing experience for these students. And the majority of them were young Tibetans who are the children, the nieces, the relatives of ex-political prisoners of Tibet. So it was a really intense and emotional experience even for us, because everyone in that room was so affected by the situation inside Tibet, with having parents and family be ex-political prisoners. And I think this short video just captures what Yishi was able to put together in Australia.
wish you many, many returns on your 18th birthday, and to let you know that we recommit our pledge to bring meaningful change to the Tibetans inside Tibet through strategic non-violence. Your Holiness, you are the symbol of peace and freedom for the Tibetan people and for the people of the world. So therefore, we wish you a long life.
Happy birthday, Your Holiness! Happy birthday, Your Holiness!
We recommit our pledge to His Holiness's vision to transform our world through non-violence.
The next and the last Lhakar Award for 2015 is going to yet another very special person. A couple of years ago, Students for Free Tibet awarded Tenzin Rinpoche for a Lhakar Award. And this month, on July 12th, we received the devastating news that Tenzin Rinpoche had passed away in Chinese prison. When we heard the news, just like all of you, were really devastated, sad, angry. But there was one person who, really gave hope to all of us, and who has been focusing, our emotions, our sadness into taking action and, continuing to challenge the Chinese government. This person is a relative of Tenzin Rinpoche, who for so many years has been tirelessly working, working with Tibet organizations, has been working with Dotsaden, has been working, to give information to Tenzin Rinpoche's family, to advocate on his behalf, to submit, documents to the Chinese government, to give him medical attention. And he was really the person who gave us all this energy to continue to work, that we wouldn't, just, break down in despair and feel like this is just something that, this terrible loss is something, and we can't do anything about it. But he really gave us hope, and he focused all of us, to get to work and take action. So this year's Lhakar Award is going to Geshe Nyima, who is Tenzin Rinpoche's cousin, and we want to show you, in his own words, his message, what he wants to share with all of us tonight.
central TV, the digging into total show, and the Ruchi and the Simon Chogalam, someone to Malaya, and then to the Shoki, the Zinjin, and Tandabata, Takasam Chami Chabi, that Indigi, what you saw me in like Judy, Nangola, and then Jijina, in the Jena, Kanjin Tela, and the Faranchi, and the Burans of Sobi, so would you be, and then Genji told me that the Loma Didi in the Hajan, Kalisitadio, taking Sonsa, and the Lene, Gonzolo, and the chest and the Shui, to Masi Tandapane, and the Kaliju Shabati, and Tanbutania, Tandunia, Sanchi, Sonsa, that liquid to Butin, the rope where they don't, Kandak essential journey, Butin, the liquid, the Aju Peruchis, and Jojo Namuchis, and Shui, to Masi. And the Nomi Taran so what they sent Tandapata, Roger Jetting a Kangala, to Cheshire, Montpellier, Tandu, Metin, and Gupea down, Roger, Simon, Samanica, and then join you to the training again. What that to do, Saman Jajuna, and to chair.
I'd like to ask Gyamsula de Pironanda to receive the award on Geshe Nimala's behalf. Gyamsula is someone very close to Geshe Nimala's family, and he's organized many events and helped us with all our events regarding Kintagiri Rinpoche. Gyamsula. And lastly, I just again want to acknowledge Rinpoche for coming all the way here to help us present these Lhakar Awards for 2015. And I'd also request Rinpoche to please say a few words to us tonight.
Teran dela lemni Lhakar ke nimba de chitero chisi kasamu ma nilapso tega ni ma duchi charya chode so na gabuchu na da teran dela lemni ngoni jiwa na nimba de che ni khosum sum chi ni pha lo twa yin da yang sigang khashi chi shero chi da de yang ta samlo chi taw yin da yang kha ma taw na nga la kha tra yin bu de chen yin de yong sing kri chen so and de da Chidang Dansang Chapsik Nidang Zonyo Dang Singcha Zawji Kabla Wani Jiwaina Sosoina Zarang Kajadung Miwaruji Taina Samno Chitangwaina Nazoji Learuji Chi Dela Yang Gange Mambuji Learuji Jamnia Tadi Waruji Dang Chizo Di Gangla Soso Bobaji Yang Gander which you are to sort of watching meal and gang kegor love and so young, custom some chili, Joshua in that day until my daughter just in Sorson. They get around the Mamboji share me, that's all the Karin on the Chasanga. That the rank Jelum date in Sicila Jelum Jamba to Segre. So the Nazo Popa, the Chapsik, the Chalaji, long Mamboji down. 아니 가자 망보지 용돼요 이래 이나요 데라테니 망보지 그 심식 차송세야 단데리 가자 망보지 고도도 데디 다 데디 니당치가 데니 심식 사와란 차고 말했어 그래라나 가시기 땅가 보바다 2차송 생기데 좀 보바 차송 되게 말에 미 가시지 그 잡세 그 당차 그 나로라 고지 잡대요래 데 가서 보바 지고라 말은 잠랑 지 Longba Kandanga, the Dinalo, like I get the young day, which it. Muma in Nanga Jagarla, you capella, Jagar Katanazo, Kua de Kashita Yamdi, Kesia join, the day Kozunazola Garla, Jagar Kumuma Tapsuchi Kabla, Nanola Pep, Yokama Yoris. In Charanzo Popala, Tansan Tumbo and Chambu to dig, pay all those Parazo Yumanchi to. They indeed. Data the moment Jagarla Tara, that Nalola Yokta Mamboji young the Siwich Chalisha. They the Nazu Nalola in that Dachi Kache Kashi and Toshi and Kashi Mashi, the Mamboji young to that's also which I second show in the Karina to draw. Taina Zu the Karshe and Nazo Popachi, but the symbol Majevos. Nazo Popachi, but the Majivi Gani, Soso and Genji, the Legati Joshua the Chigor. Pasho Zishola Mamboji Yego, Soso Tumati. 소소 될 다, 소소 될 조샤다. 한 지주로 그래가지고. 내마도 다 부이지 라이들라니 양하다서 소소다 양 잼바지 라이들라니 항상 아니 파쇼가 저니 지 차선 시자 서울에 조샤와이나 저소다 판바니 누워만도 되지디 아니 지 고팅이 나가서 있나 가디나 지 세바 예치에서 나니 아 가브리 니도데 정화이나 양아서 지 뭐니 보바나 로라 삼시지고 이렇게 같이 무리래 뭐만가 니올데 갑다니 라비오 단다이나 다가가 담게 나서 보바가 라바 땅사다 리바 땅사디 나서 낭라 말이 리바도 라바 요이나 파쇼데가 따로 지스 파고고요나 파쇼데가 따로 지스 대기 나도다 리바 차니 마드로스 미테라디 딱 거르코디 스니 제롬보치다 카타메다 테런 카치타디디 모니나이 나랑 셈나 이셰유디 구치다 보바지기나 보바치소가 겐지 키니 지로지스 안 저소가 상샤지 조샤바이나 오 마마도 데라타니 상샤랑 마요 나도 소소 삼도지 요리 미차서 마르시션 donko 바르고 그런 그 삼도 데라 데니 소소 랑쇼데 조쇼다 보바지와라 누 말이 미리리리 겐케쇼다 보바지와라 겐케데 데마도 나도 겐라니 도도지 페이라 샤요 말이 소소소 랑가데 여고샤 소소 여고지 차 내나지 파마지기나 부두도 여고소 부두도 마음이 차타슈소셔다 겐겐케데 내 차상도 굳이 소소사님 겐케로 제스 피시